Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Here's your warning. The first story is pretty disturbing and concerns and discusses several rapes that have recently occurred in the city of Annapolis. So I guess we need to get into the news, shall we? A woman was raped in broad daylight along the 2000 block of West Street. According to the Annapolis Police Department, 2 men were involved. One was the assailant and the other was a lookout. They assaulted the woman, took her off the road out of sight and into a ravine, while one sexually assaulted her and the other was watching and keeping a lookout. A witness did call police, and when they realized that she called police, they tried to flee. Police were able to capture them, and they were positively identified by the witness as a 42 and a 36-year-old male from Annapolis. They are both being held without bond. Now, this comes on the heels of another rape on July 17th. This was on Tyler Avenue in Eastport, and similarly, this woman was raped by 2 unknown males. We have put in a call to the police department for more information and to see if they believe the 2 are related, but as seems to be the standard operating procedure of late, the police department's public information office will not return calls. The police also announced that they have a new crime map on their website, similar to what we've been doing here for years. We checked it out and found that in addition to the 2 rapes mentioned just a moment ago, there was yet a 3rd rape on Hicks Avenue in the parole section of town on July 20th. This one was never reported publicly or on their daily police reports. Digging a little bit deeper, according to the police department's own map, there have been 23 rapes reported in the city of Annapolis since March of 2021, not including the one that just happened on Friday. In another frightening incident, Annapolis Police responded to Anne Arundel Medical Center for a stabbing victim who was driven to the hospital on Saturday. The victim said that the incident actually happened the night before and he had not realized he had been stabbed until much later. According to the victim, the incident happened on Dock Street downtown and he got into a verbal altercation with an unknown male who ended up assaulting him and, in the process, stabbed him. The injuries obviously were not severe, and after treatment at the medical center, he was released from the hospital. And in light of all that police news, you want to take a look at their new GIS mapping tool. If they are indeed keeping it updated, it'll be a great tool to look for crime in your neighborhood. I was poking around and frankly was very surprised. You can go to annapolis.gov and then go to the police department's page, and then on the left margin, there's a link for the crime map. Chief Jackson said in a statement, quote, "It's my goal to tell a transparent story about crime in the city. The data points can be useful in keeping residents informed about what is happening in their community," unquote. Now, if we could only get them to return phone calls. Banking is going to get a little bit harder in Anne Arundel County if you bank with PNC. They announced that they are closing 135 in-store branches at Giant and Shop and Stop grocery stores in the tri-state area. They will be closed gradually and all by the end of 2023. Currently, the only known branch in the county is the one at the Giant store up in Crofton. The bigger picture is that PNC is in the process of converting 60% of their remaining standalone branches into fully automated models. I guess this is one more reason to bank locally, as I do with Arundel Federal Savings Bank and Severn Bank, which I guess is now Shore United. Hey, you want to check out eyeonannapolis.net for more information on this, but the Classic Theater of Maryland just released their 22-23 season, and this is their 10th season, and it actually looks fantastic. 12th Night, White Christmas, A Christmas Carol, Our Town, The Liar, The Tempest, and, of course, their Cabaret series. This is the only professional theater we have here in town, and the productions are honestly top-notch. And we have a local business spotlight this weekend with Sally, who is the founder. You want to check that out. Hey, and if you want to check out their final cabaret of last season, which is actually coming up on this Sunday, I have a pair of tickets. It's an evening of jazz standards with the wonderful Unified Jazz Ensemble and some amazing singers. You know the drill. Send me a DM or an email, and I might pick you. And finally, it is Ticket Tuesday, and Ram's Head On Stage has hooked us up with some great seats again. Would you like to go see...
Who let the dogs out?
Yes, the Baha Men. They are coming to Annapolis on August 8th. That's next Monday. And just shoot me an email or a DM and let me know, and I may pick you again there. And be sure to check out all the other great shows coming up at ramsheadonstage.com. I just saw a release yesterday about Todd Rundgren doing sort of an in the vein thing of David Bowie. He's got Thomas Dolby coming in and a number of others. It'll be great. I think that's in November. Podcast news up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight. As I mentioned, Classic Theater of Maryland. And next weekend, it'll be Jeremiah and Peak Social, which is actually doing some really very cool things. All right, that is a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company, and Alpha Engineering. So now you need to hang tight because we have George from DCMDV Weather standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And back with a legal brief, Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Hopefully you've come to know and trust this voice when it comes to solar. Many of you out there have already decided you will go solar, but you just haven't decided when. Here's 2 reasons why the timing is urgent. First, the federal tax credit for solar drops from 26 to 22% on December 31st of this year. If you don't commit this summer, you could miss out on 4% of the savings on your solar project. Second, solar locks out today's roaring energy inflation. National electricity costs have jumped 12% in just the last 12 months. You've only got a few months left to sign up to ensure you get installed in 2022 for the full 26% tax credit. If you know solar energy is in your future, now is the time. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDV Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDV Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, August 2nd. Yesterday brought a fairly nice start to the month of August for the Annapolis region, but it'll be a bit hotter today and tomorrow before real heat kicks in Thursday. Ahead of unsettled skies Friday through Sunday, look for sunshine today and tomorrow with highs near 90 degrees each day, ahead of more sun Thursday with highs 92 to 98 degrees across all of Anne Arundel County, with heat index values of 100 to 105 degrees, before temps then drop back down into the 87 to 92 degree range Friday through Sunday, with a chance of showers and storms each day as the frontal boundary stirs things up in the skies above the region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDV Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info, and definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello, Annapolis. This is Scott MacMullan, and this is your Legal Brief. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 legal movies of all time. Coming in at number 10, The Verdict, 1982. Starring Paul Newman, an outcast, alcoholic Boston lawyer, sees the chance to salvage his career and self-respect by taking a med-mal case to trial rather than settling. Number 9, starring Julia Roberts, Erin Brockovich, 2000, number 9 top legal movie. An unemployed single mother becomes a legal assistant and almost single-handedly brings down a California power company. Number 8, Philadelphia, starring Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington. When a man with HIV is fired by his law firm because of his condition, he hires a homophobic small-time lawyer as the only willing advocate for a wrongful dismissal suit. Number 7, Breaker Morant, 1980, starring Edward Woodward. Number 6, Witness for the Prosecution, 1957, starring Tyrone Power. Number 5, Inherent the Wind. Based on a real-life case in 1925, two great lawyers argue the case for and against a Tennessee science teacher accused of the crime of teaching evolution, starring Spencer Tracy. Number 4, Anatomy of a Murder, 1959, starring James Stewart. An upstate Michigan lawyer defends a soldier who claims he killed an innkeeper due to temporary insanity after the victim raped his wife. What is the truth, and will he win his case? Number 3, of course, is My Cousin Vinny, 1992's, starring Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei, who won the Oscar. And, of course, Ralph Macchio is in this movie as well. Number 2, 12 Angry Men, 1957. And, of course, number 1, To Kill a Mockingbird, starring Gregory Peck. Atticus Finch, a widowed lawyer in Depression-era Alabama, defends a black man against an undeserved rape charge and his children against prejudice. Those are your top 10 legal movies ever. And that is it. So, again, this is Scott MacMullan with Scott MacMullan Law, LLC. If you seek advice, please reach out to us. This, of course, is information and does not create the attorney-client privilege. Call us at 443-494-9775. We're located at 104 Cathedral Street, Annapolis, Maryland. Parking available upon request. Thank you so much.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt.
I keep getting asked, is there a bubble that's about to burst? Thankfully, we don't think so. The market today is much different from the 2009 real estate market. The housing bubble of 2009 was caused by too many people buying homes they simply could not afford. This time around, home buyers have to actually qualify to buy homes and put money down. When the market goes through shifts like they are now, different areas and price points react independently. Now more than ever, it's time to work with someone who's been through the shift before to guide you with solid, proven advice. This is a time where wisdom, proactiveness, and intense marketing make a huge difference. Please give us a call today so we can help you navigate these waters. We promise to educate and guide you with your best interest at heart.
That's another moving moment with Kristi Neidhardt of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.